Hey guys, my name is Jared Pelly, founder and owner of NST Sports Performance, and today I'm with Alex Larue. Alex is our manager at our Strongsville location, and I'm glad you took the time to watch this video because our goal is we really want you to get an opportunity to meet Coach Alex. He's a phenomenal strength coach, but even a better person, and he's got a really awesome story that I would really like you to hear. I think it's important as a parent or an athlete to really get to know who they're interested in training with, be it, and since you're obviously interested in our Strongsville location, it's going to give you a great opportunity to meet Coach Alex. So Coach, if you could kind of tell your story on the sports you played to just athletics to college to how we met and here we are today.
Yep,
So.
absolutely. Thank you for having me. But yeah, it's I grew up playing football. That was a passion of mine since I was very young, and it did teach me a lot of life lessons. And I had a passion for it, and going through high school, I saw myself changing, because I love the sport so much, and I try to adapt myself around it. Took it very seriously, but I didn't get any college offers, so I ended up graduating high school and then going up to Kent State University. Didn't really have a kind of a idea of what I wanted to do. I knew I loved to lift. I still love being athletic. Doing club sports or anything that I could really do to still stay active. And just knew I liked being lifting, liked the concept of it, and again I found my kind of safe haven around it. And so still really didn't have a kind of a idea of what I wanted to do, and changed my major, changed my minor a few times, and ended up finding something that I found really enjoyable. And I thought I was actually gonna follow my minor in gerontology, and I talk about this all the time. And gerontology is the study of geriatrics, and looking back on it, I don't know how I could have coped. I'm not going to lie to you, because I felt, being involved with NST, being a coach, seeing how, we're changing all these, young athletes' lives, I don't know how I was going to do it. But so getting to that point in time, I had a minor in gerontology, major was in kinesiology. It was crazy. One weekend, a buddy of mine came up and told me to look into this place because we had the same passion. We liked to lift, but I had a little more of a drive to do it. And he told me, give this guy a call. So got this number. Was crazy nervous just because I didn't know what I was getting into. So got the North Canton facility manager's number, and I was calling it, thinking it was about to be Jared. And I was, oh my goodness, like what's going to happen? Doesn't answer. And I was like, all right, great. So I leave a message. He tells me to give this number a call. The only response back from SADS was give this number a call. So called the number, Jared. I don't know if he picked up the first time, but 2 phone calls later, I had an interview. And I remember being crazy nervous for the interview, but as soon as we sat down, we talked for, I think, over an hour.
Yeah.
And it was great conversation, kind of was bouncing ideas, off each other just because we had the same passion. And I believe after that I had the internship, and so I started as an intern, and I was actually with the manager of the Youngstown facility, Austintown facility, and I was his intern, and we were back in the Ohio Valley, training teams that maybe have 500 kids in the high school. And but the thing is, I don't care if we had 4 people or we had 30. As long as I was able to, make a connection, help the kids out as any ways I possibly could, I loved it. And every single time that, Shane would tell me, give me a cue, hey, do this a little different, I did it 10 times that next session. I don't care. I just I got it built into my head because I was finding something that I love to do. And just seeing, all the results that we had that summer, even with these small teams, these teams that you don't really hear about that often, I still left that summer that was the greatest summer of my entire life. I don't care how long I was working, where I was working, I loved every bit of it. And I was fortunate enough to get, hired on. I believe I was just a strength coach, helping down in North Canton. I was doing whatever I could. I was, driving up to Menor, Shaker Heights, and Massillon Jackson.
And just to stop you, Alex,
Yeah.
why we wanted to offer you a job. So when Alex did his internship, I would ask him how his days went, and all he would do is just brag about how much he loved his kids. And you could tell he was a passionate servant to help young people. And I knew very early that I am definitely going to try to snag this guy up, and we were lucky that you took the job here at North Canton initially. So.
Yeah, I was very blessed, and coming into this, to this facility with all, the reputation, how many kids we had and how awesome it was, I was like, this is just another step, man. This is something that I gotta, be the best at. And I was doing everything I could possibly do. I was staying later to, just to clean the floors and learn a little more if I had to, or passing out brochures at X amount of football games. And, and I loved every minute of it. And I was fortunate enough whenever we opened up the Austintown facility to, co-manage that. And, that was another stepping stone where I loved it, every minute of it, because, again, there I was being, some of these kids' first ever strength coaches, and then, creating these bonds, these bonds that I was very fortunate to have, and it was hard saying bye to them, and then I was blessed with the opportunity to be the manager of the Strongsville facility, and I'm loving every bit of it. The experiences that I have, I've created with this company are just it's hard to explain. Having conversation with everyday people and explaining what I'm doing, they say it's awesome, but I really can't, express how much it is. Like, I love seeing these kids, become, better athletes, but even better, adults or young adults. So,
well, when we decided to make you manager, I knew it was a right pick when literally like half the kids at Austintown cried because you were like, "Where's Coach Alex?" And I would pop in. I'm like, "Man, it's weird not having Coach Alex here." And all of a sudden, people start crying. I'm like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah.
I was like, we made the right decision, and just again, very blessed that you're helping us out up there. If you don't mind, like, why do you coach? What's your goals when you're developing a young person and a parent watching this video? They probably want to know. What are they going to get with Coach Alex? What's your goal as a coach, first and foremost?
The goal that I have as a coach is, like I said, to, see these athletes, these young athletes turn into, even better athletes, but become even better adults, change their attitude a little bit, make them more confident. That's really, because I care about my athletes. That's my, that's something that you can ask every other coach at NST. Like, that's something that I carry very close. I care about how the athletes are doing in a day-to-day basis, and I just care because I don't want to see these athletes, come in here and get discouraged or have a low, self-confidence, because, everyone should be confident in themselves. And I would love to see, I love to see these athletes, maybe start at something that they were, kind of iffy about, and leaving, like, Coach, thank you for everything. I'm seeing a side of me that, I've never thought I could see, and I think that's something that I want to, that's why I want to coach. That's why I want to see them become, even better, human beings and athletes. So.
Well, we're really lucky to have you, and I think as a parent out there, if you can't see his passion, it's very obvious. And what I love about Coach Alex is I think the number one trait in a coach, and why we made a decision to go with Coach Alex, is his number one priority is to develop character, integrity, high values, an elite mindset of effort and grit, and then it's the vertical jump, the speed, and the power. And unfortunately, there's a lot of strength coaches out there that do that in reverse. We want to make our guys run faster and jump higher. The unfortunate thing is if you don't have the right culture, and if you don't have the right, I guess you could say, if you don't focus on the mindset first, that's going to be very hard to develop those. And we found that if you create the elite mindset, the performance gains are really tenfold.
Yep.
A lot of people are like, "What's your secret?" And our secret is, I think, our bond and our relationship with our athletes. And then obviously everything we do is science, physics, mathematics, and biomechanics. But without that elite mindset, it really doesn't matter what you do.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Well, Coach, I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Hey,
and
for having me.
if you're in the Strongsville area, If you know, Coach Alex is going to take care of you, whether you're a parent and you have a young one you want trained, or if you're an athlete yourself. You're getting a very intelligent individual, but even a better person. Thanks so much.